Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to a brand new challenge that I'm starting today called the Cinderella Challenge. Now, I had put out on Twitter, Facebook and also my channel asking what you guys wanted to see, and this was the most requested challenge. And as I have watched my awesome friend Sophie do it on her channel and loved the whole idea of it, I thought, why ever not? So this is the first episode, and this is very much an introduction to the actual challenge, a bit about it, and also we're going to build Cinderella's house and just introduce you to the family in general. And this will be a lot of talking in this episode more than gameplay, but I think it's really important that we get through it all and see how this is all going to work, because this is going to be an awesome challenge and I'm so excited. So this is our family. It's the Tremaine family, which is Cinderella's family name. It is based on the story of Cinderella, which has been depicted by many things. There's been books on it. Different people have interpreted the story different ways, but we're pretty much going to concentrate on the one that nearly everyone will know, which is the Disney version. So this is little Cinderella, little cute Cinderella who's barefoot and in as close to rags as what I could get in the Sims game. As you can see, she's super cute, super cute. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to insert some clothing. I'm going to insert her clothing and what she's got for her everyday wear. And okay, so this is the clothing for Cinderella, and as you can see from the left to the right, the left being her everyday wear, which is really grey and dark and just not that nice whatsoever. The formal wear is not nice at all, and I know that, but the whole purpose of having it like that was for it to be a kind of cast off of, you know, the prettiest dress that Cinderella could find that was someone else's that they didn't want type thing. For her sleepwear and her athletic wear, I've kind of kept them very much the same, because Cinderella doesn't get as much as her other sisters do. She kind of is stuck with what she already has, so she recycles her sleepwear and her athletic wear. For bathing suits, I just picked this random one here, and then for outerwear, again, I kind of picked a red jacket that would have maybe been a hand-me-down from one of the sisters. So that is the thought behind that. Okay, and just a bit more about Cinderella then. So her trait, she is good, she's neat, and she's an animal lover. Her favourite colour is aqua, going from her dress and the ball, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and her favourite music is pop, and she is a Leo. Now, Cinderella's dad is Walter Tremaine, who, as you can see, is a ghost. He did die, which is why she's been left with her wicked evil stepmother. So that is him. So he was Walter Tremaine. Then we have Lady Tremaine. I've just called her Lady Tremaine because there didn't seem to be, I couldn't find any names for her anywhere. And I've not made her particularly ugly. And the reason being for that is she has an ugly heart, and she must have been, you know, she kind of has to be attractive to some degree. I kind of see her as a bit of a femme fatale, if you like. You know, she managed to convince Cinderella's dad that she wasn't a wicked woman. So a lot of her outfits have got the sort of femme fatale look about them. I've gave her the kind of grey in here, as you can kind of see there, and I'm going to insert her outfits just now. As you can see, her favourite colour is red. So from left to right, left we have a supernatural dress, which I thought, again, like I said, it's kind of going for the femme fatale look. I think that she uses her looks to get Cinderella's dad, and her clothes really reflect that. Her formal wear is from, is that Midnight Hollow? I think that's Midnight Hollow. And then, of course, you can just see the rest of her outfits there. Just really incorporating her colouring that she likes, which is red. So they're quite sexy, quite revealing. But in my head, that's what she's like. I don't think she's an ugly stepmother as such, not this one. I think the stepsisters are possibly ugly and will be ugly when they grow up. But her, no, I see her as, you know, a charmer. Someone who charmed Cinderella's dad into submittance, basically. Yeah, I think. Okay, and that's her outfits. Now, personality wise, she's no sense of humour. She's a slob, she's a kleptomaniac, she's a snob, and she's also evil, and she is an Aries, and she loves dark wave music, pancakes, and the colour red, as you've seen from her outfits. And her family tree is she has her daughters, Drusilla and Anastasia. So that is her family tree. Now, with all challenges come different rules, and we'll go into the rules in a second. But what I will do is, if you want to, read them, if you like to read them more than hear them, then by all means I'll pop a link in the description below and you can go and check them out. So the stepsisters wise, I just randomised their faces. Obviously she's pulling quite an ugly face here, but Anastasia is the redhead in the films, etc. And her personality wise, she's a slob, a snob and mean-spirited. So you had to have particular traits for these three here. Cinderella, you could pretty much do whatever you wanted, but they had to have like the snob and the slob traits and sort of mean-spirited. So that's what we've done with her. I think they both... No, it was the snob and mean-spirited they have to have. So I've made her a bit of a slob as well, because it just makes it harder for Cinderella. And then Drusilla is her here, and she's a snob, frugal and mean-spirited, and that's her family tree. I don't know why it's not showing their dad, because... Oh no, that's right. Okay, no. They are dads by another... Never mind. Their dad was not Cinderella's dad, so that's fine. So their relationship to Cinderella, what is it coming up as? Just disliked. So yes, as you can see, they do not like... Cinderella doesn't like them, and they do not like Cinderella, which is pretty sad, because poor little Cinders is all alone. Okay, so this is just a rundown of the girls' outfits, and this is Drusilla, and I know that she looks a little bit tall when she's in her pyjamas, but it's just the way I've cut it. Okay, so this is her outfits, and it's a kind of eclectic mix. She doesn't really stick to any particular colour theme, but one thing you should notice is that the two girls are dressed far better than Cinderella. Not in that the clothes are awesome, but just the fact that they are bright, they're colourful, they probably cost quite a bit. And so yeah, so she's got a nice little dress on as her everyday wear. She's got that dress from Island Paradise as her formal. And yeah, well, I suppose you can see for yourself what she actually has. So that is her. So on to the other sister now. This is Anastasia, and from left to right is her everyday, her formal, her PJs, her workout gear, her swimwear and her outerwear as well. Now, I don't know what they're going to look like when they grow up, because what I did with the two sisters, because they're supposed to be quote unquote ugly sisters, then what I essentially did with them was just randomise their face, and I don't think that EU made them particularly that ugly. I think that they look okay. So it may be something that we have to rectify and play about with, maybe once they get to their teenage years. I don't really want to do anything to them now because they're kids, and I don't like making kids look crazy. I don't know, I just don't feel having crazy looking kids running about would work for me. But teenagers, we'll see how we go. So yeah, so this is her outfits. So house-wise then, this is the house that we are using. Now this is a Generations house, and we are in the town of Twinbrook because I just thought it was quite nice. And I really like this house. I just used a Generations house and then totally redid the inside of it because I thought that it wasn't decorated that nicely. And I've built this little shed out the back here, and you will see why in a second. So the house, I'll show you the house. So this is the top layer of the house, and this is Lady Tremaines. Now they have been in here one night and it is a mess already, but this is her bedroom, a lot of pinks and reds and stuff, and she's got a bed. She's also got her very own bathtub there, along with her dresser and a chair. A lot of floral prints, a lot of red excuse me, a lot of red tie-ins from obviously what we were talking about, bookcases and such like. You have the family bathroom over here, which is quite a nice bathroom. Just got your shower, toilet, etc. And then over here is the girls' bedroom, which they share, but it is only the bedroom for Anastasia and Drusilla, and it's very girly, as you can see. Very girly. 2 beds. You've got some plush cushions over here. You've got a telescope to look out the window. If I put the walls up, you can see they've got pictures and such on the walls, and some trophies and stuff up there. If you come down the stairs then, And this is the bit I kind of redid, was this, well, I redid it all, but in particular downstairs. So downstairs they have a lovely fireplace with a reading area. They've got a lovely couch area, they can sit and watch TV. Out here they have, you know, a little, I guess it's kind of like a porch, kind of gazebo type thing, and then out here somewhere nice to sit. And we have a downstairs bathroom as well. Kitchen is fairly small, but it does have a really nice dining room, as you can see from there. So it's a really nice house. I've got an all-in-one bathroom down here just to make it nice and easy. And then out here there is a little area where they can all sit, you know, and do the barbecue and such like. And then they have a swimming pool in the shape of a lovely flower. So there's a lot of gardens and everything that came with this, you know, with the paths and everything. So I just thought it was a really nice house, and it was pre-built for generations, so why not? So you will be wondering, where does Cinderella sleep? So as part of the challenge, Cinderella is not allowed to use any of the amenities in the house. Now, I think that might be quite difficult when it comes to the swimming pool, because that is an amenity. So I never really thought that out. So I don't know if I'm going to have to take the swimming pool out. We will see. We will see. I don't know whether I want to spend the whole LP stopping her from going in the pool. So essentially the basis of the rules is you're Cinderella's guiding star. You take her through childhood and you take her through her teenage years into her young adulthood, when she eventually meets her beautiful Prince Charming and moves out of the house. And you kind of have to help her. So these guys are horrible to her. They don't like her. The relationships are terrible. And the challenge and the whole point, each stage of the childhood, you have a goal. And the child one that we're working on just now is that she has to finish school on the honour roll. I think the honour roll. But the thing is, she has to clean the full house all day. Like, so before she can even do her homework, she has to come home, make beds, she has to do their dishes, she has to do their washings. You know, she literally is their little slave, which is quite sad. She's not allowed to use any of the nice stuff in the house. She has a budget of her own of £5, 5 simoleons, sorry, a day, which I will allocate to her as we go along. And then what I think I'll do is I'll explain the teenage one when we get there, because I do want to sort of crack on with this and get this sort of sorted. So yeah, so this is going to be their little laundry room here. This is going to be their laundry room. Yeah. But what it's also going to be is the entrance to Cinderella's home. Now, you essentially have to build Cinderella a home separate from the other house, and it has to be in for 10,000 simoleons. Okay, so you have to build a residence for Cinderella for 10,000 simoleons. So Cinderella's going to live in a basement because Lady Tremaine is lumbered, or she feels is lumbered with Cinderella, and she's a bit embarrassed with Cinderella. Why she is, I don't know. A lot of it's jealousy of her beauty that she's going to have. They hate her because she's far more attractive than they'll ever be, so they shove her down in the basement, and the basement is going to be under here, and we're going to build it together. Okay, so let's just go into build mode. Now I've got 81,000 here. So let's go in here and build her a basement. I actually feel really bad that she has to live in the basement, but I feel it's appropriate for, you know, how the mother feels about her. Okay, so if we build her a space, so we've only got 10,000 simoleons, and it has to do you for the full time that you are sort of living there, if you like. So that took away 2. Alrighty. Okay, so we'll build some stairs. Now I want to make that the laundry room, so I think I'm just going to have to get her to go down a ladder, so she doesn't even get stairs. She has a wee crappy ladder. That's how she gets in and out of her house. Poor Cinderella, poor Cinderella. But you know, to these humble and meagre beginnings is going to come out of it a really nice story, because she is going to meet the love of her life and, you know, move out eventually. We're going to make this as easy as we can for her. Or at least that is my intention. So for things like her household objects, in that 10,000 you have to like choose all her skill objects, you know, you have to, you know, do a whole bunch of stuff there. The only thing about the the basement is it's not great for lighting, you know, because there literally is no natural light whatsoever. So we'll stick a couple of these because they're fairly cheap and they actually do brighten up the place not too bad. And I'm just going to have it like a sort of studio for her, apart from a personal space to go to the bathroom. I don't, well, should I make it a studio? Oh no, I've put the lights in the wrong way. Okay, so pop that on here, and then we will get this built up. Okay, so what I think I'll do is I'll cut out here and I will build this house and be back with you in a second, rather than having you sitting waiting on me to do that. Be back in a second. Alright, so we're back and I have built Cinderella's humble abode, and I have put in the washer dryer so that she has to do all the washings and dryings, and I've also not put any hampers in the house, so it's going to be even more work for her. So yeah, I don't know, I might be making a rod for my own back. So this is how I have done her home. Now I put in a spiral staircase because Cinderella actually does have pets at one point. So I wasn't sure if the pets could get down the ladder. So as you can see, Cinderella's furniture is a complete mishmatch of everything. Mismatch, because she really gets the hand-me-downs. A lot of it she's collected from dumpsters herself. You know, the bed that you had to choose for her would be the kind of worst bed, so that's why that looks like that. It's a fairly nice bed, but it is a worst bed. She can only eat from this little oven here. So she can't actually eat anything in the house either. So it's going to be pretty tough that all she's going to be eating is that. And she can't use their toilet, so she has to come down and use hers. And it kind of looks like she's about to do the toilet on herself. So hopefully she'll be able to make it in time before she... No, not that toilet, Cinderella. See... This is the stuff that I'm talking about. You're not allowed to use that house, but obviously she doesn't quite understand that. So yeah, so Cinderella, let's go down to your own house and see what you think. So let's bake a plate of muffins, vanilla muffins. Let's go and do that and just make sure that she can access her home. She's going a long way about it. Yeah, it looks like she can. You've also got to have a little garden for Cinderella as well, so that she can cook and etc. So we will do that for her. Now I'm not entirely sure if you're allowed to get a fridge for her or anything like that. That's something I maybe need to look into, because I don't really know where she'll put her little muffins. So that's her 5. Oh my goodness, she's allowed 5 simoleons a day, and that's her 5 simoleons. No. You're not allowed in here, Drizella. Oh no. Right. So you go here. So I'm going to lock. So specify Sims for the door. So Sims who cannot open this door: Drizella, Lady Tremaine, and Anastasia. So it's only going to be Cinderella who can open the door, because I don't want you in here. So get out. Oh no, in fact, I'm going to have to let her out first, aren't I? Okay, so specify Sim. So let her get out the door first. And then once she's out the door, we can lock her out the door. Alright. So lock, specify Sims for the door. So Drusilla, no. Alright, so Cinderella has just made her first baked good. Now, at this point she can't cook for the family. She does eventually. That is one of her... Sorry honey, you can't swim in the ocean. That is one of her chores, if you like. See, I'm going to have to delete the swimming pool because she's going to go and swim in it. I don't want to delete the swimming pool, but because it's so nice, but I'm going to actually have to delete it. I feel really sad because it's really, really nice, but it's going to mean that Cinderella is going to use that amenity, and I just cannot sit and stop her from doing that all the time. So let's just delete it. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention is I can't actually control the stepmother or the stepsisters. So I can't actually control them. So whatever they do is completely on them. It's nothing to do with me. So it'll be interesting to see kind of their life as well. To see. So let's pay the bills. So Cinderella, what can you do? So is there any parts of the house that need tidied up? Not by the looks of things yet, but well, no, there is actually. So Cinderella, you can go make the bed and mop up the puddle. Is their bed made? Their beds are made. Oh no, hers isn't made. Okay. So yes, I'm pretty excited for this challenge. I think it will be really good to get her eventually out of this life of drudgery. You know, out of this life of drudgery and actually, you know, feeling particularly good about herself, so that'll be nice. And of course we get to design her fairy godmother, we get to design, you know, everything. So DeAndre will, yeah, she can talk to him. So we get to design the fairy godmother. We get to do a whole bunch of stuff, which will be really exciting as well. So this is just very much the first episode. I'm trying to remember the rules kind of as I'm going along, but it is pretty difficult to try and remember all the rules and stuff as you're kind of going along, since this is like the first episode. It must be a nightmare for her to come in here and see all this nice toys and nice pink stuff, and she's not allowed any of it. It's actually quite sad. Poor Cinderella. Poor Cinderella. But we will be getting her animals and stuff as well. So you'll need to just go down. Where did they go? Where did your plate of muffins go? Oh, they're there. That's fine. So you need to grab a plate because that's all you can really do, Cinderella. You're not allowed anything else to eat apart from the little muffins that you cook. Where are you going? Oh no, Cinderella, where are you? Scavenger hunt. Well, she can do that if she likes, but I can't help her do it. So I'm going to have to get Cinderella a table for herself, because she can't even, oh my goodness, you see that? She's not even allowed to come in here and do this. She's not even allowed to come in here and actually eat at that table. So I did have about 1,000 simoleons left. So we'll need to look into that. What are you? I know I'm not supposed to play. Where on earth are you? Alright, okay. I thought she was under the ground. I was like, seriously? Under the ground? Okay, Cinderella, so is there anything you can do in here? What I would think to do is, because she can't really socialise with them, I would kind of like to get her... She is definitely going to get some pets. So if you can just go and take your share. She is going to go and get some pets as well. But I think, do you know what we might do? She had mice, didn't she? So I think we do get rodents as pets. Am I right? Am I right? I think we do. Pets. So it would be in rodents. Lovely. Lovely rodents. Okay, she can have the rodents in her bedroom. How much is that? Yeah, we've got enough money for that. Okay. Because she did have mice in the film. She did have mice, so that's something we want. So we'll give her a little table of her own. I mean, she has a desk there. I mean, technically she could have sat in it there, but you know, obviously she didn't want to. So again, we kind of have to go with a mix mash of furniture. Oh my goodness, come on. Right, sit there. So that's your table for eating, Cinderella. And you can get your wee bum down here, and after you've had a shower we will stock the rodent terrarium. So we'll try and get as many wishes for Cinderella as we can, but to be honest I don't know if she's going to have wishes that we can fulfill, but we'll certainly see. It's just such a good challenge. A lot of it is spending time with it in the house. That's the only thing. You don't really get to go out and about with it, apart from, I think, I'll double check, I'm sure it's maybe weekends. Oh no, you can't get mice. but you can get rats, squirrels and wombats. I'm going to go with a rat because that's as close as you really get to a mouse. Oh my goodness, it's going to actually... So will we play with rat? Let's play with the rat. She wants to name a rodent. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. Okay, and what this will do is this will get her fun up and her social up, hopefully. Yeah, so this helps her fun and her social. Which, you know, for a poor wee thing that's on her own, it's going to be nice for her to actually... Oh no, it bit her! Oh, right, okay, so give name to rat. So we call it Chip. No, we will not. We will call it... Oh my goodness, what was the rat actually called? Right, we'll call it Jinky for now. Until I get the actual name of the mouse that was her friend. I'm sorry if that was really, really loud. So put away Jinky because we don't want him to run away. We don't want him to run away. Okay. So I don't think that you can put let's do... Okay. So go to the bathroom and let's see what these are all up to. Although I can't actually play with them, be good to see what they're up to. So Lady Tremaine's in the bath. Anastasia is she's still standing in that bathroom. Like, come on, go into something else. Right, I know that, like, seriously, I know, but I just can't have her, like, just standing in there constantly. It seems to me that she needs to be rerouted, so hopefully the Overwatch mod will get her sorted. Otherwise, I'll need to reset her. I think I'm going to have to reset her. Oh my goodness. Oh my. And I can't even spell her name properly. So reset sim. Oh, Anastasia. Oh, she would have a difficult name, wouldn't she? She really would have a difficult name. And me being all... Is this going to reset her? I don't know. Come on. It's really annoying me. Go for a joyride or something. Oh. How do I reset her? Master controller. Advanced. Reset her. Yes. Okay. Where did that put her? Okay. Alrighty, so you go and do something. I can't put you to bed. You're going to have to go yourself. Okay, that's fine. And Cinderella, where are you going? Oh, she's going to put away leftovers. Okay. So I suppose to a degree you can put away your leftovers, but that's all you'll be able to actually eat. Yes, yes you are. So where's she going to go? She's going to fill Jinky's food. So already we're over budget because she's going to spend 15 simoleons on that freaking rodent. But never mind. Lady Tremaine just grasped the basics of cooking. Great. So let's go and fill this bowl up. And she wants to play with Jinky. So we'll get her to play with Jinky. There we go. And I'm super sorry if that is extremely loud. And then we'll get her to go to sleep because she does have school in the morning and she really has a kind of crappy bed, so she does kind of need to get some sleep. So where is Drizella? Drizella is learning the logic skill and Anastasia is reading the Warlock of Palladia. And Lady Tremaine is just in her bed. So we're just going to get that phone off. So we're going to ignore call. And we have got 2 cameras. The Hymn of Festive Stone. Okay, I don't really know what that is, but fair enough. So we can't actually do anything with these girls, so if you go to school tired, then you go to school tired. It's up to you. But Cinderella will look after you, sweetheart. We will look after you because you need looked after. So I'm going to fast forward through this part and come back to you. In fact, I think we'll leave it at this part because we've done an awful lot of talking. We'll give you an introduction to Cinderella and we'll pick up on the next part. And I shall talk to you then. Okay, bye guys.